Alright, nothing too special today, we just got Welstra support or product support, so let's begin. But first, cards for the last few days, which of course we start off with Dokovan. So we start off with Desolate Spark Dragon, which is grade 2 with tanky power, and the skill is Auto Rearguard. When this card attacks a Vanguard, if you Persona Ride this turn, cost Soul Blast 1, choose one of your opponent's rearguards and retire it, and during that battle it gets plus 5 key power, then your opponent chooses 3 normal units from their drop zone and bind it. Definitely good for the stealth deck, but it also retires, which is also very nice, and binding it can actually make things permanent. A little kind of weird that they did this on Dragon Empire and not for something like Brandgate, because I think that should be more of a Messiah thing. Next to the card that actually interests me, because this is going to be probably for the new archetype, Dragontree Fallen Fruit Draco Batil. It's a grade 1 with 8k power, and the skill is Auto. When placed on rearguard, cost counter blast 1, choose one of your rearguard circles without a Dragontree marker and place a Dragontree marker on it. That will be explained later. And then second skill, Auto Rearguard. Once per turn during your main phase, when your opponent's rearguard is retired, cost Soul Blast 1, look at top 5 cards of the deck, choose one grade 1 or lower unit card and call it to rearguard, then shuffle your deck. Basically a generic card for Dragon Empire, but based on its artwork, it definitely looks like it's going to be for the new archetype with the Dragontree cover that was in the English side that we saw, but who knows. Overall, it isn't too bad. And now to the Dragontree marker itself. It basically, during your turn, if your Vanguard is with a Dragontree, or there's going to be this sensor name archetype in its name, all units and the circle gets plus 5k power. So basically it's just like an imaginary gift force, but for 5k instead. So far we don't know much about it, but this Dragontree archetype already looks interesting to me because it looks like inverse units from Buddy Fight, and definitely a nice reference to reverse units as well. Hopefully this deck turns out to be something very interesting. And now to the Dokovan promos reveal. Here is Gemma Stealth Fiend Megalolic Gezuchi, which is a grade 3 with 13 power, and the skill is Act Vanguard. Once per turn, cost bind one or more cards from your soul. During this turn, this card gets this ability. Count Vanguard. This unit gets all the names of your grade 1s or higher with stealth in their names in their bind zone. This will come up with the second skill where Act Vanguard. Once per turn, cost Count Blast 1, place 2 rearguards to soul, search your deck for up to 2 cards with the same name as this unit, and call them to rearguard, and during that turn, this card gets those 5k power, and then of course shuffle your deck. So it has its own skill to copy names from your bind zone, and then on top of that it could call more stuff. Why not? And stealth is about the bind zone. Third skill, Count Vanguard. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or higher, all your stealth rearguards with the same name as this unit can attack from the back row. That can be quite nasty, especially with some of the stealth cards. They do get power on their own, although it will be just small pokes, but it's not bad to actually try this deck out. Too bad it's a promo. Next to an Overlord card, Elder Hatchet Dragon, which is a grade 2 with 10 power, and the skills Count Guardian. If you have an Overlord in soul, this card gets plus 5k shield. The end on top of Overlord. And speaking of that, second skill, Act Rearguard. If your opponent has a grade 3 or higher Vanguard, cost retire this unit, choose a grade 3 Overlord from your drop zone and put it to soul. Too bad it's not like Drilling Angel without the grade 3 restriction. You can try cheating it out, but it's probably not the most consistent way of doing so, but it is doable. And now to the Tuesday stream. First off, here are some promos which I'm not going to go over because these are good V-Series promos that I'm really getting pissed off that they're doing these good promos that are hard to get. But these V-Series promos have this one unique skill where auto hand at the beginning of your ride phase, if your Vanguard is grade 1 or less, you can discard this card to look at top 5 cards of your deck, to choose one grade 2 or less from among them, reveal it and put it to your hand, which basically fixes up ride consistency, and then their main skills are just like really good for the deck. If this ends up becoming a trend for every V-Series clan card where we get one grade 2 that can do this, I'm definitely going to be ending up running it because that's a consistency boost right there. And then here are some D-Series promos, and I'm not really go over these as well. These are just okay. And luckily not extreme degree being good like the V-Series ones. And then to the Welstra support itself, our first card is Operating Master Fire Heat. Grade 2, taking power and skills. Auto, when placed on rearguard, if your order zone has a set order, cost count plus 1, discard a card from your hand, search your deck for one card with the same name as your Vanguard or the one product card from your deck and put it to your hand. Of course, shuffle your deck. And if you have a Welstra Vanguard, you can choose one product card from your hand and put it to your order zone. The important factor is, unlike the original set 7 lineup of the products where it's practically only one product, this one actually lets you activate another product. Not only that, this is a Persona Ride Searcher here, so this skill alone is already made worth running. But it has a second skill where Auto Rearguard. When this card attacks a Vanguard, if you have Welstra Vanguard, cost Soul Blast 2, choose a product in your order zone and operate it. What's nice about this one, unlike the set 7 ones, is that this one doesn't have a restriction where if you do not activate a product during the turn. So meaning it's made possible to activate a product card 3 times in a turn with this. Overall, just good support for Welstra. And then to the new product itself, we got Assault Flight Carrier Lubitzol. Grade 2, it's a set order of course, and the skills. Auto, when put to your order zone and your Vanguard is Blitz, draw a card and soul charge 1. Very nice. Second skill, Operate. Auto, order zone, when this card is operated during your main phase, look at top 5 cards of the deck, choose one card from among them and call it to rearguard with grades less than or equal to your Vanguard. If it was operate during battle, draw a card. So basically it just helps you get pluses. Kinda unfortunate that we can't call it during battle because that would be nice for more Morty attack, but I get why. Overall, it's a nice addition with the products. So that's it for these reveals. What do you guys think of the new Welstra stuff along with the Dragontree? Dragontree is going to get very interesting, especially the corrupted looking units. Welstra, it's just needed stuff. I am very interested in the Dragontree, especially the design wise. But on that, that's it for this, and see you all next time.